Hello friends, it's Miss Sheree here at the Northfield Library, and this week we are still continuing our New Year's celebration by exploring another celebratory holiday. And this holiday is Chinese New Year, or also known as the Lunar New Year. And in this book, which is very similar to another book you might like, Goldilocks and the Three Bears, we find a little girl named Goldy and the Three Pandas. Sounds fun, right? Well, we're going to learn about the Chinese New Year in this fun story. Goldilocks and the Three Pandas by Natasha Yim. Goldilocks and the Three Pandas. When Goldilocks was born, her mother said, "Year of the Golden Dragon, very lucky year. This child will have good luck. She has a face as round as a gold coin," said her father. "This child will bring great wealth." But Goldy had neither great wealth or great luck. In fact, she could never seem to keep money in her piggy bank, and she had a bad habit of breaking things. Oh, Goldy. One Chinese New Year, Goldy's mother woke her up and sent her to wish their neighbors Kung Hei Fat Choi, which means that they wish them a happy, prosperous New Year. "But Ma, I'm still sleepy and I'm so hungry. It'll only take a minute," her mother said. "Mr. and Mrs. Chen will enjoy a visit from you. Take these turnip cakes to share with Little Chan." "He never shares stuff with me," muttered Goldy. "It's the new year," her mother warned. "Wash away all the old arguments and be nice, or you will have bad luck." "Not more bad luck. Last year she lost the red envelope her grandmother had given her, and her best friend moved away." So Goldy walked next door to the Chan's apartment. She knocked on the door. No answer. She knocked again. Still no answer. Goldy gave the door a little push. It swung open, and she tumbled in, dropping the plate of fresh turnip cakes. They were all over the floor. "Oh no," Goldy cried. "A whole plate of turnip cakes ruined. That was bad luck for sure." She wandered into the kitchen to find a broom. On the table were 3 steaming bowls of congee, which is like porridge. A ceramic bowl, a wooden bowl, and a plastic bowl. Her tummy grumbled. Surely nobody would mind if she had just a little bit of rice porridge. She sampled the congee from the ceramic bowl. Ugh! Too watery. She tasted the congee from the wooden bowl. Yuck! Too thick and clumpy. Then she slurped some congee from the plastic bowl. Just right. Before she knew it, she ate it all up. Oh no, she's eating all the porridge. All that congee made Goldy even sleepier than she already was. Maybe she could just rest a little bit and wait for the chance. She walked into the living room and saw 3 chairs. She plunked down in Mr. Chan's massage chair. Something steamrolled up and down her back. "Ouch!" she cried. "Too rough." Next, she plopped into Mrs. Chan's armchair and disappeared into a fluffy pillows. She felt like a stuffed pork bun. "Oof," she mumbled, "too soft." Then she squeezed herself into Little Chan's rocking chair. "Whee!" she shouted as she rocked back and forth. She likes this chair. But she pushed too hard, and the chair somersaulted backwards. It hit the floor with a loud psh, crash. "Oh no," Goldie explained. 7 years bad luck. Or was that a mirror? In either case, she was still so sleepy. She ambled into the bedroom to find a place to lie down. Just for a few minutes, she reasoned. She climbed into the king-size bed. The mattress felt hot as a week-old almond cookie. Ugh, too uncomfortable. Next, she flopped into a queen-size bed. The electric began to fold her up into a dumpling. Yikes, too scary, she cried. Then she leaped off and settled down into Little Chan's futon. Ah, just right, she sighed as she fell asleep. The Chans finally returned home. "Who dropped all these turnip cakes all over the floor?" said Mr. Chan. "And didn't clean it up," said Mrs. Chan. "A whole plate of turnip cakes ruined," said Little Chan. They headed into the kitchen. "Hey, who's been eating all my congee?" demanded Mr. Chan. "And who's been eating all of my congee?" said Mrs. Chan. Little Chan wailed, "I don't have any congee. Someone's been eating mine all up." Mr. Chan heard a humming in the living room. He went to investigate. "Someone turned on my massage chair," he bellowed. "And someone's rumpled the cushions on my armchair," said Mrs. Chan. "I don't even have a chair," shouted Little Chan. "Look, it's smashed to pieces." "Who smashed the chair to pieces?" "We know who." When the three Chans looked in the bedroom, Mr. Chan hollered, "Someone's been sleeping in my bed!" "And someone's been sleeping in my bed," said Mrs. Chan. "Look," said Little Chan, "it's Goldilocks! She's sleeping in my futon." Goldy jerked awake. Who could sleep with all that yelling going on? "Mr. Chan, Mrs. Chan," she cried, "I didn't mean to fall asleep." In a fluster, she jumped out of the bed and ran back home. Her mother had set out some congee for her for breakfast. Goldy was just about to take a bite when she thought of Little Chan, who didn't have any more congee in his bowl because she ate it. I'm not really that hungry," said Goldy to her mother. Then she went to read a book in her rocking chair, and as she rocked back and forth, she thought of Little Chan, who didn't have a chair to sit in anymore because she broke it. I'm still sleepy. I think I'll go back to bed," she said. Goldy climbed into her nicely made bed. She thought of the pillows and the blankets that she'd strewn and thrown about in Little Chan's room. Goldy has to go back. She messed up Little Chan's house. Goldy jumped up and ran back to the kitchen. She grabbed her bowl of congee and rushed back to the Chan's apartment. "I didn't mean to break Little Chan's rocking chair," she said to Mr. Chan. "I'll help you glue it back together. And I'll fix the blankets that I messed up and make the beds." Goldy handed her bowl of congee to Little Chan. "I'm sorry I ate all your rice porridge and dropped all those turnip cakes." "That's okay, Goldy," Little Chan said shyly. "We were just about to make some more. Would you like to help?" What do you think Goldy's going to say to that? Look, she's helping. So Goldy and Little Chan chopped, stirred, and steamed lots and lots of turnip cakes. Then they fried them up nice and crunchy for the New Year's feast. Mrs. Chan handed Goldy a red envelope. "Kang ye fat choy, Goldy," she said. "May the new year bring you great wealth and good luck." "Thank you," said Goldy, "but I think I found some good luck already." She smiled at Little Chan, and the two friends sat down together to eat a whole plate of turnip cakes. I hope you enjoyed this very special take on Goldilocks and the Three Bears. by this being Goldilocks and the Three Pandas. What a great story. What a cool adventure. And we got to learn a little bit about Chinese New Year. I hope you enjoyed this story. And if you stick around for a craft, we'll learn some more facts about the Chinese and Lunar New Year.
Finished reading Goldilocks and the Three Pandas. And we are here to make a Chinese lantern. So when you pull out your bag of goodies, you're going to find a rectangle red piece of paper, a pouch of glitter, and some red ribbon. And for this craft, you will need a pair of scissors, some sticky glue, and if you have it, a hole puncher. If not, it's okay. So the first thing that we're going to do is that we are going to cut our red paper. This is our red paper, and it's in the shape of a rectangle. So what we have to do is we have to fold it a certain way so that we get a certain shape. We're going to turn our rectangle shape to make it long. And then we're going to fold it like a taco. And while we fold, cut, and glue, we'll be reading some facts about the Chinese New Year. So I have my paper, I've turned it the long way, and then I'm going to fold it in half. Fold it, try and get it as even as you can. And then you're going to pinch. You're going to get that paper folded as best we can. And the next part, we're going to cut. And as you can see, our paper is folded, and as neat as we can, we're going to take our scissors and we're going to safely cut the end that is folded. This folded part, not the open part, not the mouth of our taco. We want the folded part. And we're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut. But once we get close to the top, we're going to stop. That's it. I stopped cutting. I didn't go all the way through the paper. I stopped way before I got to the top. And you're going to do the same. And you're going to cut as many strips as you want. They don't have to be the same size. You can make a short one. You can make a long one. Just make sure that you stop before you go through the top of your paper. And you're going to keep going. And you're going to keep cutting. Keep going until you get to the end of your paper. There you go. So you see how we have all these different folds in here? That's going to help build our lantern and make it look like a lantern. So I'm going to open it back up. And now I have all these holes. But they're not cutting into the end of the paper. They're just in the middle. So now that I have all these slits in my paper, I'm going to take my red paper and I'm going to turn it and fold it and keep going and folding it. Keep going. It's pretty tricky. But keep going, you got this. And now, the middle of my paper is open like that. It has this kind of shape. And if you're confused about that part, I'll do it again. So I have my paper with all the slits in the middle, and now I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to roll it around. So it's still long, still facing this way, and I'm going to take one side and I'm going to help that side meet the other side until they're both touching together. And one side is even going to overlap the other one. So now that you have this part down, you're going to get your glue out, and we're going to help seal these ends of our lantern together. Are you ready? All right. Take my glue, and I'm going to put a little bit on the outside of my red paper. As soon as I can get my glue to work here. I'm going to take some of that, put my glue, and smush. I'm going to do one side at a time to make sure it really sticks together. And if this doesn't work well for you, that is okay. Take your time, let it dry a little bit. You could even try tape, which would be cool. And if a grown-up has a hot glue gun, that would work as well. I'm going to hold it and pinch and pinch and pinch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And remember, the glue's still going to be a little bit sticky, so it's okay if it unravels. It needs time to dry. Now we're going to do the other side. And I'm going to lay my lantern down to help myself out. Add some more sticky glue. And I'm going to pinch both sides. At the top pinch, at the bottom pinch for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And remember, it takes patience to make crafts, so if you need to wait till it dries some more, then go ahead and wait. So while we're making this craft, I'll be reading some history behind the Chinese New Year. And while I'm reading, you're going to take out your pouch of glitter and gems, and you're going to get your glue out, and you're going to decorate your lantern. I'm going to add some glue. I added some glue, a little dab will do ya. And then I'm going to add one of my gems. And I'm going to keep going until I use all of my pieces or until I think I'm done. Good luck, long life, and wealth are important themes in the Chinese New Year rituals. The festival lasts for about 15 days. Before New Year's Day, it is customary for people to clean their houses, pay some debts, and start fresh for the new year. On New Year's Eve, families gather for a holiday meal. They eat foods with special meanings, such as dumplings, fish, noodles, oranges, and Goldy's favorite, turnip cakes. Red, just like the color paper that we're using for our lantern, is considered a very lucky color in Chinese culture. So many decorations for New Year's, the Chinese New Year, are in red. Goldy and her family and friends wished each other a happy New Year with the phrase of Gong Hei Fat Choi, which is a language used in China. And that means that they wish for their friends and family to have good luck and great wealth in the new year. And I'm going to keep adding my gems, keep going around. Some more decorations. Would you try a turnip cake with Goldy? I'd like to taste one. I bet they're really delicious. I'm going to keep adding some nice decorations. And keep going around, and we're using special colors like red and gold, which are used in Chinese New Year celebrations. And you're going to keep going around and add your own decorations. Keep going. You want everything to be sparkly and red and gold. Now for the last part, it could be optional. If you have your trusty hole puncher, you're welcome to punch holes in the side or the very top of the sides of your lantern. And then you can tie your ribbon as a handle for your lantern. But if you don't have a hole puncher and a grown-up is around and they can make some holes for you, then that's okay. But if not, then that's fine. You've already created the biggest part of your lantern. Great job. So for this part of the lantern, we want our lantern to stand up straight. So we're going to take some holes. If you have a hole puncher, punch one hole on one side, punch another hole on the other side, take our ribbon, and I'm going to follow my ribbon through both of my holes. And I've pulled it all the way through. And now I'm going to take it and I'm going to tie it to the top. I'm tying it. And I'm tying it like I would make a knot or like I would tie my shoe. So I'm just twisting it around. And if you need a grown-up's help, go for it. This is pretty tricky, especially with this ribbon, but you got this. And I've made a knot as best as I could. So now that we have our lantern, we're going to stand it up. So we just completed our craft, and we're going to take a look at what it looks like when it's all done. There we go. We have all the decorations. It's nice and red, which is a very lucky color for the new year. And the last thing on the list, if you did a previous craft for the library and you have one of these little paint cups at home, you can trade these in for your very own Chinese New Year crown. So the next time you have this and you bring it back next Saturday or next week, you can trade it in for a very own special crown, just in time for the Chinese New Year. So now we have our beautiful lantern, and it goes great with our story. I hope you had a fun time doing this craft and learned just a little bit more information about the Chinese New Year. Have a great and prosperous New Year and new month. See you next time.